Every supposedly God-breathed doctrine is full of errors. For example, everything the Bible or the Quran says about the Earth in relation to the rest of the cosmos is flat Earth cosmology from the Iron Age. So they couldn't have been written or given or dictated by any gods or angels because they would have known better. We have sufficient evidence in science to prove that Adam and Eve are genetically impossible and were not real people. The global population cannot have been derived from a single couple, not 6,000 years ago, nor even 600,000 years ago. We descend from a particular population of apes, numbering several thousand strong at least, who set out on the road to our lineage at least a few million years ago. To be clear, this is a matter of objectively demonstrable scientific fact, not assumptions. Physical anthropologists and paleoprimatologists can show how humans and chimpanzees share a common ancestry is an objectively verifiable fact in the absolute sense that it doesn't change, meaning that it will not be corrected by new information. It's not just a probability, it's a certainty. Cultural anthropologists can also show how we know that the tale of the Garden of Eden is nothing more than a fable composed of several tropes and characters showing the apparent influence of elder religions in neighboring regions. Its only possible truth depends on metaphorical interpretations. There is absolutely no truth in any part of that story otherwise. Archaeologists assure us that the same goes for the Tower of Babel and even the Exodus. Historians agree that Moses never existed. He was a legendary character, but he wasn't real. Then paleontologists, geologists, geneticists, and practically any other earth and life scientist can disprove the global flood of Noah's Ark. The Bible and the Quran both imply that this was a global event, flooding the whole world, and that everyone alive today is a descendant of Noah. But we have literally tons of rock-solid proof from many independent fields of study that it's just a story. It never happened. So the Bible and the Quran are both wrong, not just about that, but practically everything else of importance too. It's not just that all the scriptures are laughably wrong about practically everything, scientifically and historically, ethically and morally. It's that outside of these assorted doctrines, we see that the fact that belief in any God doesn't have any apparent impact on the person's morality. Instead, and even worse, there are criminal studies showing that the more religious one is, the more likely they are to be bigoted, intolerant, and abusive, favoring violent vengeance over rehabilitation or restitution. Comparative analysis of child molesters even decades ago showed that statistically, the more religious an abuser is, the more abusive they were, with more and younger victims. Whereas programs like the Clergy Project reveal that when people stop believing, they become more tolerant, more curious, liberal, less bigoted, and judgmental.